Although the Future Rave can look like a simple genre, it can be tricky to create catchy melodies. In this video, I'll show you a couple of techniques and tricks that you can use to create catchy melodies in the genre of Future Rave. So hey, my name is DXGuy, and yeah, I studied some of the most popular Future Rave tracks, most of them from David Guetta and Morten. And by the way, stick to the final of the video because one of the latest tricks is one that I found so interesting and it can help you with any genre. So yeah, I will try to keep this video short, so let's go on the first trick. Okay, so now we are on FL Studio and I will try to keep it on C major or A minor scale to use the blank notes to keep it easier for this tutorial. So the first trick here is to create the main rhythm of the melody that you want to create. Let's start with a simple rhythm. Okay, so now that we have the main rhythm, we can start moving the notes to create the main idea, the main melody. So what a lot of producers do on this genre is to add jumping notes to keep it catchy and groovy. Usually we do this one octave higher or so. So now the melody is a little bit more groovier. We just added rhythm and some jumps. We are getting the melody. So now that we are here, we can start playing with the notes. And yeah, in a moment we just created a melody that can work with a Future Rave track. So yeah, let's check it on the context of a full song. And yeah, actually this melody jump us on the trick number 3 is that in most Future Rave track, what worked to create this mystery feeling or catchy Future Rave feeling, I will say, is to add notes separated by one semitone, for example, this E and F. Okay, so let's try to create another melody using the same rhythm, but this time I'm gonna use these semitones notes. And yeah, in this case I just tried to use the notes separated by one semitone, in this case it's C and B, in 2 different octaves. Yeah, this is another cool trick that you can use. You can of course then start tweaking some notes to keep it melodic or more interesting. So the first trick or tip is that rhythm of these melodies change everything. Let's try to change a little bit the rhythm of this. And yeah, here you have it. We have a different rhythm. The feeling and the melody change a lot, and that's why it's so important to have a catchy rhythm. In this case, it's probably not the best Future Rave melody, but just to show you how this can work. In just a minute, I had 2 different melodies. It's all about trying and keep trying to find a cool pattern and a cool melody. Okay, the 5th trick, and actually this is more like a kind of tip or something like that I found. I mean, I studied some of the most popular Future Rave tracks, and what I found is that most of them have a go up or go down kind of melodies. For example, on Kill Me Slow from David Guetta and Morten, they are going from down to up. You can see clearly how the melodies are scaling here. This can be a trick that you can have in mind when creating Future Rave melodies, and you can do exactly the same thing but in the opposite way, going from up to down. For example, on the track Dreams. Again, you can clearly see how the melody is going from up to down, and this creates a catchy feeling that you can have in mind when creating Future Rave melodies. By the way, if you like these sounds, we have 2 Future Rave sound banks that you can find on the link in the description. They include presets for Serum and Vital, so yeah, you can find the link in the description. Okay, the next trick is to create rolling melodies. These are melodies with a simple rhythm, basically placing the notes like this. and you can start adding some jumps like on the track Dreams. This is the perfect example of a rolling melody, keeping it catchy. See how they combine two of the tricks that I show you here. This is another melody that I created. This melody is from the Motion and Future Rave track that I made here. You can check it here. And this is how it sounds in the context of the song. Okay, and the last trick, and it's the one that I was talking on the intro, is this one that I found that it can be so useful while creating any type of melody. This is better if you have music theory knowledge, but it's not necessary. So we are going to open a piano. So if you're starting the song, try to find a chord on this piano that gives the vibe that you want your melody to have. So let's see. Okay, so let's see. I found E minor, and the idea here is to create a melody. Feel free to use any note that you want, but if you use the notes of the chord, you're basically creating the vibe that you want to give to the melody. This is just a guide that will help us to give a vibe to the melody. Okay, so I created this melody. Is so dark, but I used the notes of the chord as a guide. You can see the E, the B and G, and I combine it with the semitones type of trick that I showed you earlier. So this is the melody again. Yeah, the bonus trick here is that you can start playing random notes and see how it's going. For example, so in 2 seconds I created a kind of melody that I can start tweaking around to create a catchier kind of melody. So yeah, it's your turn to start playing around. Don't forget that you can get great Future Rave sounds on the link in the description. If this tutorial was helpful in some way, consider subscribing. As I always say, comment below to participate for one free pack. One random comment will be selected and you can win. So yeah, I made an emotional Future Rave track here and I'm showing all the process. My name is David Guetta and I see you there. Bye.